Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
This is your boy LG.
This is your boy Nate the Great, man. Y'all know how we rocking.
Yes, sir. We got a lovely co-host today. How you doing today?
I am phenomenal. Thank you. I hope everyone is doing well this episode. So there was a lot of excitement about episode 4, and some people wanted a continuation. So we're just going to touch back on that topic today.
Okay.
Let me do a quick little recap for those who missed episode 4. The topic was men or dads and mental health. The wave of wisdom for episode 4 was, to whom much is given, much will be required.
Amen.
Right? And so basically we said God has placed a gigantic responsibility on the men of the household. And if you're leading your household the right way, burnout is inevitable. But how can women help notice the red flags and assist when we see you set on fire? Right?
Yeah.
So that kind of sums up what we were talking about last episode.
Okay.
So we'll just jump right into the wave of wisdom for this episode.
Okay. Hit us.
Hit
us.
The wave of wisdom today will go hand in hand with us trying to alleviate some of that stress on our men that we love so dearly. Okay, so the wave of wisdom today is, do not misinterpret or misuse the verse, to whom much is given, much will be required, to place an unfair or unrealistic expectation on others. So it could go both ways. We don't want that verse to put a burden or more stress on you guys. Because this episode or the past episode was talking about burnout, right?
Right. And
who much is given, much is required. That just kind of seems like it could just burn you out even further, right? If people misuse that. So I just want to take this episode to kind of make sure that we're here to help and not hinder.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Like that.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So with that being said, let's come up with like a list of responsibilities that you men take on that can create stress level increase, just so that women can kind of get an idea of what's going on in your head, what are stressors that we may not like realize is actually a stressor. I'm going to start you guys off with the biggest and most common one.
Okay.
So, which I think is financial security. Because I feel like men are always viewed as the provider.
Right.
Have to make sure
As
that
we
ends
should.
that ends meet. There you go, Ron. Yeah,
Yeah.
as you should, right? Do you agree, Nate?
I agree, but some don't. It's the opposite. For real.
So let's brainstorm a few stressors. You guys can talk about things that you've seen in friends' life or things in your own life that creates a burden on you. Not necessarily a burden, but, can exaggerate burnout.
Yeah, I mean, I think kind of go back to the previous week. Starts off with communication. I think for men, we don't communicate well enough. We just take it on our own, right? So I think when you have a partner, I don't think, just to clarify, I don't think the partner is causing us to burn out. I think the burnout comes from us not communicating thoroughly.
True.
Or not communicating, the way y'all like us to communicate, and we just take it all. We take it all on. So, I mean, financial security, us men, we want to provide. That's in our nature, in our DNA, right? I think the burnout from that comes when, say, our firms just went up, right? Our firms just went up.
Yes, I remember you telling us about that.
So the burnout could be is like our firms come out. Now I'm trying to, if I ain't got any savings, which we did, but it's okay. Now I'm trying to go this credit card, go this one, just to make sure I pay it all. When I can be like, hey, Mom, our firms just went out. This is what we can do.
True.
Do you have anything that you can help support? I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you don't got it, you don't got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because one thing I'm not about to stress my wife out is financials. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to figure it out. So,
yeah.
but, you know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna do for it?
You want to do something funny for some money?
Here y'all go. Here y'all go. Hey,
No,
I'm hustling.
Y'all get back to hustling.
Get back to hustling.
Man, a lot of times I be thinking about that.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah, so it's just really, you know what I'm saying, back to that communication is, you know, either we going to burn stuff out trying to figure another source of income or do hustling, or you can communicate with your wife because it may be able to pitch in, you know what I'm saying,
right.
and y'all work it out. So
right. But some are not willing to.
But then if a man, if you're not willing to, now I know. So now I'm gonna go figure it out.
Do you think that that's fair if they're not willing to?
It all depends on y'all relationship.
Yeah,
you know
sure.
what I'm saying? Like
to each its own, right?
It all depends if the mom is, you know, supported, daycare and all this stuff, and she not willing to because she got her own finances or she got a car note. Then
right.
That may be it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know your wife, you know your partner. So if they're not willing to, why are you not willing to? Because you got other stuff you want to make sure you're financially secure.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you balling and you're not willing to, that's a whole different. That's a whole different story.
Yeah, that's a whole different story. Yeah.
But yeah, I think to answer that question, not to sum it up, is I think us men just take on stuff because we can, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think that's the experience that we think we need to get in order to feel like we're a qualified husband or qualified, you know what I'm saying?
I think most men.
Yeah. Or the man wearing the drawers in the crib.
Wearing the drawers. Yeah.
No, I do feel like
what?
The men in the majority of households are seen as the ATM.
Ooh, I like that. No, that's facts.
That's facts.
That's facts.
You know, and financial security is a heavy burden. I mean, you got car insurance, health insurance, homeowners insurance, car notes, utilities, groceries, just daily living, the mortgage or rent, education, retirement. Right. I mean,
keep on going.
It can keep on going. So that is for me a big one. I think would be a huge stressor on men. And I was just thinking about your furnace because I had a friend and she had like this homeowner's warranty thing, and not everybody. Those are scams. They are such a big scam. We had that
for like 2 years.
How did that work? This scam, right?
Don't we have that?
We didn't use it, so it's just like I didn't want to pay for it. And after we cut it out, here we go.
Well, it could have been a blessing in disguise because look, we had a home warranty. It came with the house though. Right. So like when we got the house, it was kind of grandfathered in, and I never renewed it because our sump pump kind of went out, and the basement flooded, and I'm on the phone with them. The sump pump went out.
Yes, no, it wasn't. That wasn't the fact. The fact is the stuff slipped off.
No. There's two different instances. One, the pipe had messed up, but in the other one, it was a sump pump. And I remember because you were in Cali, you were training, so you weren't there. So, I was freaking out because the sump pump went out. The basement is flooding. Nate is in California. I'm stressed out. Right. I called them because I was like, oh, we got the homeowner's insurance. And they were like, oh, you know, well, we can't get somebody out for the next couple of days. And this is in the middle of a storm. Right. So my basement is flooded. I'm like, you can't get somebody out for a couple of days. Like, this is an emergency. Like, yeah, but the plan that you have. And then they started doing all of this talking and scam. Yeah. And then they're like, well, you know, we can only replace.
Or they give you some refurbished.
Yeah, we can only replace what you have. Nothing higher quality. So you know what? Don't even worry about it. Sometimes it's best to just save your money off to the side for big events like that. Right. What else besides financial security or communication? I'm gonna come back to communications because I think that's a really, really big one. Lack of communication definitely can cause stressors. Yeah. But what else? I wish I had the little whiteboard and we could just write them on the whiteboard for our viewers. What else? I know child raising can be a stressor.
Raising a child, bro.
Raising a child. Child raising, same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's more of a partnership. Again, everybody teaches his own.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Not that is a little bit tricky because the child raising part, it's not everybody like is in the same on the same like mindset of like how to raise a child. Like me now, I had a lot of cousins.
Right.
My family's big.
Right.
So I was brought up raising my cousins and help raising them. So I have a more know-how. Do diapers, do everything as a youngin. So when I have my son now, it was easy for me.
Right.
Because I already know that since I was coming up. So but some adults or teenagers that have kids like they ain't go through that. So it's harder for them. So you can't say both in the same place. So it's just a figuring out like who gonna take over mostly, and sometimes that could be a burnout as well because like picking up more of the slacks and always gotta do because the others is not that they don't have that experience. It could be a burnout too because like you have to attend to the child more because you know more, and that could be a factor of burning out as well.
Right. Yeah, like I said, each his own. I think just from society, women tend to be home more with the child while men are trying to provide financially. So I'm just,
I think Nate is trying to. He's speaking from his own perspective. He's not being 100% transparent. I feel like he's trying to say that for him, he takes up more responsibility with our son. More ownership with our son. Yeah. It could be a burnout for him because he feels like he needs that male figure, that male guidance because he didn't have it when he was growing up. Right. And he kind of veered off on the wrong path. Yeah. And it kind of left him a little like traumatized. He doesn't want my son or our son to go down that path. So he's like, I feel like you're almost overcompensating, Nate. Like you may have not had as much of a male figure consistently throughout your life, but now you feel like you have to be there at every single second of this little boy's life. And you don't have to be there for every single second. And if you feel like you're going to have to be there for every single second or something might get messed up, then you're going to definitely burn out because no one can be there at every single second. And so am I understanding what you were saying?
Yeah, yes, you is, sort of. But I do that because I feel like probably it's not true. Probably I'm wrong, but myself, I feel like I'm the only one could, do it the way that it's supposed to be done. So I pick myself up to do more, So because I think because I'm like very technical.
Yeah, it's your way or the highway, and I don't.
I'm very like. Yes, I understand, but I'm very like picky and in depth, and because like look, that's why
you're gonna get burned out though. I'm letting you know now.
I understand, but I feel like I pick up mobile detailing because I detail like.
Yes, you're very detail oriented.
I'm very detail oriented, so that goes to taking care of my son as well. So I feel like other people don't have that. Nature.
I can understand what you're saying because a lot of times, like with my job, I'm very detail oriented. So it might take me 3 times longer to get the same work done because I'm literally double checking, triple checking things, making sure that it's right. Right. But it's going to take me longer. Mm-hmm. Therefore, I'm going to get burnt out at work quicker than somebody else might be. It's going to get done right. Right. But it's going to take a toll on me, just like you, Nate. That is going to take a toll on you. I don't know how to best.
You're going to have to learn, baby.
No, I'm not talking about me. I'm saying I'm trying to help you out. Right. So you don't have to feel like you have to be there at every millisecond of his life. I
know, but somebody else could pick up that slack, though.
But you going to want me to do it your way, bro.
No, not my way.
No. Because you was going to say what? The right way? Nah. Go ahead.
I mean, no, I'll just, I know we kind of veering away from the topic, but do you think, Nate, that's more of like a trauma response to meaning like not saying you don't trust your wife, but just because how you grew up, do you feel like it's more of a trust issue? Cause
no, it's not a trust issue because I see I see it in action. So
he just wants it done his way.
But no, not my way.
Right.
The best way as you can. I'm talking about people. Okay, a lot of us have good in us, right? Like we strive to do the best, right? And I feel like a lot of us don't perform as we should, on everything we do. And I feel like whatever I do, I put 100% in it. And I feel like a lot of people, they just go.
Hold on. You only can go to 100%. You can't go to 100,000,000%.
No. I'm just exaggerating, bro.
Okay.
But you see where I'm coming from, though. So that's what I'm expected from anyone that doing something, to try to better themselves or do anything, bro.
Right.
But somebody could
it.
be giving their 100%, but if it's not what you want,
it's not what.
if it's not what you want, you're gonna say that it's not 100%. Yeah. But you can't tell somebody what their 100% is.
So back to the burnout, it comes down to communication.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Everything is going to trickle back to communication. That's why I said I'm going to come back to it, because at the end of the day, it will always come back to communication.
Yeah, communication. You're right.
You guys got anything else you want to brainstorm?
I would say before we move on to the next topic, the only other thing I could think that us men probably take on that may consist of burnout is bigger household chores. Like
right. I was gonna say that, because you guys maintaining the house, like with Nate, he's gonna be cutting the grass, he's gonna be shoveling the snow, he's going to be fixing anything that's broken in the house. Nate cooks. He's a phenomenal cook. I think we said that already on the episode, but
I don't remember.
He cooked better than my mama, so even if I was to cook, it just was like mediocre, and I don't want a mediocre meal, so so he's definitely gonna be doing that. But
so with that being said, right? So Nate needs to shovel, lights go out, Nate needs to change it,
everything.
That's the norm, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Has society chosen that norm for us?
I think so, because look,
yes, they did.
Yeah, they did. They kind of did, but you can create your own norm.
Right.
So for me and Nate, we have a lot of flip flop.
Yeah. See, I come from different cultures, right? So.
Yes, but I mean, we come from different upbringing.
Yeah.
We're all Caribbean. We're all Caribbean, so I think culture is the same, but different upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
So men have a certain set of tasks that are norm. Women have a certain set of tasks that are norm.
Right.
But you can break that, and you can break that to prevent burnout. So, like, for example, Nate will comb baby Nate's hair.
Right. Typically,
the women do the hair.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But my son won't let me touch his hair. He will cry if I even flick his braid.
Right.
So,
that episode coming out tomorrow on that.
But, and then, so what I do a lot is I drive wherever we have to go. No matter where we go, I'm driving. Usually, I feel like men are the ones that are driving. The women in the passenger seat, kids in the back.
Yeah.
Now, I don't get out and pump gas. Nate will pump, even if he's in the passenger seat, he'll pump gas. But what I'm saying is,
but it's working for y'all.
It's working for us. Yeah. Like, I don't mind driving. I actually prefer to drive. I actually think I'm a better driver.
Right.
So
I can't hold my breath for that one. Come on, bro. Stop playing with me.
So that's flip-flopped. Right?
Yeah.
So in order to prevent burnout, I think people can, if you're better at something, then do what you're better at.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't have to stick to societal norms. Yeah. But to answer your question, I do feel like people.
Right. And to sum it up, like I said, I keep saying communication. I mean, I know my wife, if I communicate with her like, hey, I need some support on this and or help with this, I know she'll do it, right? So I think it all comes down to is us men, we feel like we need to do it on our own first, or tackle it on our own first, just to do it. And if we fail, in our heads, it's like, oh, we're going to learn from it. We're going to get that experience to know how to do it better the next time, or what mistakes not to make. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we don't have to go that route. We can just need to communicate, and that's why we got a partner, right?
Right. Do you feel like social obligations could be a form of burnout? Like feeling like, dang, I haven't been with the guys. I need to put that on my to-do list. Or no, for you, no.
No.
What about you?
It's not a burnout. I mean, obviously you miss your guys because it's a different type of bond.
I know some people love going out with that. Like that's.
Yeah,
but when you got your priorities straight, you know what I'm saying. You know. Your wife and your kids kind of come first, and you got your, parents and siblings, and then the guy, as you get older, like everybody gets it, right? So. Right.
Well, no, not everybody.
Supposed to.
Not everybody, because a lot of women have problems with their significant other choosing to hang out with the guys over being at home. Maybe not with you guys, but a lot of people that,
Right.
Can I say something that's really like, y'all just missed the mark on this one?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Family members.
Right.
I was going to bring that up too.
I feel like, yes.
Do you feel like they think that they should be coming first?
Yes. They should come first before even your wife. Like you spend.
There's a Bible verse on that.
You don't spend no more time with them. You don't come over there. You don't. Like,
sure, but that's natural though, and I think we're gonna go through it too when our son gets older.
No, but it's okay. Look, okay. If we know the reality of that's how life goes, we'll be okay with it.
Right.
But not stuck in the ways that you feel like your priorities come before my family. It says in the Bible, it says you should leave your extended family and go to your, and go form one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they shouldn't get mad. You'll be okay and supportive with
right. I think the verse is it Genesis 2:24? Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother to be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. And there's some other verses, and there's some other ones in there, but basically, it's saying that when you're married, your immediate family is now your spouse and your children.
Yes.
So family members really can't even be entitled if you're living a biblical life.
I disagree.
What?
Because I'm gonna ask you a question. As a mother, right, you have a certain attachment to your son.
Right.
So you eat with him. Y'all got a schedule. He comes home he's gonna come home from school.
Yeah.
He's gonna eat dinner. He's gonna do this, that, and the third. When he gets older and has a girlfriend, he's gonna be out and about.
A wife.
Wife, girlfriend. He's gonna be out and about, and you're gonna miss that. It's natural for you to miss that.
Yes.
So
girlfriends don't come before moms, I feel like.
But
now, if you're to a certain extent, now if that girlfriend is now becoming your fiance or your wife, then I'm gonna just have to fall back.
But what I'm saying is, like, I agree, girlfriends don't come before moms, but your son's gonna start spending significant time with the girlfriend. So y'all habits, your routine is gonna get broken. Right. So it's kind of the same thing when you get a wife. The phone calls are not going to come as much. You know what I'm saying?
And that has to just be like natural. Back to communication.
And understanding.
Everything is going to fall back to communication.
And understanding. It's an understanding that you're supposed to have as a parent that it's going to happen. So when it happens, you're supposed to have, breathe Musa. You know what I'm saying? It's going to happen. So you have to, you have to.
Because for me as a parent, once my son gets to be a certain age and he has his wife and his kids, I know, at least I have agreed in my mind that I will be taking a back seat to his wife and his kids, because his wife and his kids need him. Right. He needed me. Yeah. So it becomes, I'm supposed to be there for my child. Right. Okay, my child may be there for me when I'm old and I'm, feeble, and it comes full circle. But at the end of the day, you are to raise that child up, and they're supposed to go out and take care of their own family. Right. So, just like my father. Yeah. My father, no matter what, I call my dad right now. Right. Or my parents, either one of my parents really, and they're going to drop everything and they're going to come, right? Right. But they know that if they need something and my son needs something,
Right.
they're phenomenal parents. What they're going to tell me is, go take care of your son.
As they should, yeah.
As they should, right? So that's my parents telling me to go take care of my family.
Right. But that's not to say that they may not feel some type of way.
They might
That's
feel
all
some
I'm
type
saying.
of way, but they will understand.
Right.
And so when you have that type of communication, you have that understanding between multi-generations, it doesn't become a problem.
But
And you don't want that to become a burnout or a source of burnout, because every family thinks that you're supposed to be that you're their number one.
The reason why I even speak on that, because that incident happened to me, bro, and it still happened to me, and it's like I don't get it. It burns out, and it don't affect me no more, but it used to. You understand what I'm saying?
As far as the burnout.
Yes, as in like, what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is my family. I'm trying to grow my family, be good to I gotta be here. I can't be, so, and I can't be like putting so much into you. I gotta put all that in my family now. Yeah. So it's like, but there's no understanding. It's always a fight. So it's a fight gonna be with that as well. Even if the distant family don't understand it, it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be resentment, and I feel like that what I'm going through even in this moment, you know. And it's not, and it's like it's unfair. Right. How dare y'all? You know? Yes. How dare y'all? You know, because I put my family first before anything. Before anything. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For real.
What about a work-life balance? Do you guys think that work is a stressor?
Definitely could be a burnout, especially if you career-oriented, goal-oriented. Definitely could be a burnout because you're trying to achieve something that you never achieved before, right?
Right.
So you're trying to, your job is always going to ask more and more and more the higher you get, the higher you climb up the ladder. So that work-life balance, I think.
More money, more problem, right?
Yeah, true.
Well, I think
work-life balance is hard.
Yeah, it is. I feel like you kind of, Nate, are obsessed with the hustle because you're always on go mode. Like, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, you got to do that. You're always on go mode, and I feel like it burns you out, especially if you're up, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Then you got to get up at 7 a.m. You need your sleep.
Yes.
I think sometimes men don't get their sleep. They're up doing things.
But you sleep when you die.
Yes, but you're going to die early if you don't get any sleep.
But if you...
Sleep is very imperative.
But I'm saying, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you're going to die anyway. Because you're going to die with the pressure. You're going to die with the stress. So it's either or. If you don't have it, you're going to stress yourself out.
Pick your battles.
You know what I'm saying? So pick your battles. Like, which one going to make you, like, in the middle? Because we're not going to be above or below. We're just going to be in the middle. And I feel like we have to do what's best for us, as men. You know what I'm saying? Because, we are kind of funny. Like, sometimes women don't get us. Because, oh, man, I don't get you. One time you this and one time you there. Like, they never get us. You know why? Because we always thinking about the next. How we going to figure that out? And it's just always, like I said in the last episode, I said, it's all about just listening to us. You just have to have just the calmness, and we could just talk, not just the hurrah, because it just we already going through a lot of stuff already. We just need someone just to talk to and just hear us out, and that's the thing that we just basically need. We don't really need, like, not to say advice. We just need just to listen. Okay, just listen.
So that brings me to, like, my main topic of tonight, which is communication. We could talk about it now because you over here talking about listening, and I feel like I'm a very active listener. I don't know about other women, but I feel like women in general are better active listeners than men. I don't feel like you guys really participate in active listening. You just hear what you want to hear.
Define active listening.
Yeah. Okay, so active listening, in my mind, is me listening to what you say, interpreting it, and then asking you an open-ended question to make sure that I have heard you correctly. So putting your question in my own words,
Right.
and making sure that that is what you were saying.
Okay.
And I have to do that a lot with Nate because my biggest thing with him is my biggest complaint is
what is that?
Say what you mean and mean what you say.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm always guessing, trying to figure out what
hold on.
He means. Because he'll be like, oh, well, I didn't mean it that way, or that's not what I said, or that's not what I meant.
Hold on, though. You gotta hold on, though. You gotta define that though, because my word is my bond. So if you say that, you gotta define what you're talking about.
Your word is your bond, but you have a problem with not saying what you mean. So
sometimes women may interpret something differently than what we intend.
That's what I'm saying.
So now, do you think that is we are interpreting it wrong, or you're not conveying the message appropriately?
I think it's both. To us, we're conveying it appropriately, and we intend it this way.
I think
to you, which is can be. I think you're right, and the man's right and the woman's right? Because I think to you, you may interpret something different and goes in your head, then you may think we're saying something else.
I think women's vocabulary is a little bit bigger than men's. Not all. I don't like to use any words that kind of like encompass
everybody.
Right.
But on a whole, because women like to talk, we talk a lot.
Right.
You know, we talk a lot. We use a lot more words.
Yeah. That takes a lot.
We talk. Yeah, we just communicate a lot. So I feel like
that jab in here. That takes a lot.
And I feel like men tend to bottle up their emotions.
Yeah.
So you're bottling up your emotions. You're not conveying how you're feeling appropriately. And I think the women, we can kind of articulate our words a little bit better. So when we're saying things to you guys, you might understand it better because we're using pinpoint words, right? Yeah. Men kind of just like, for example,
a woman is emotional a little bit.
Yeah, I will agree.
Yeah.
We're problem solvers, right? So when we're trying to get something done, we're like, I'm just saying, I don't know if all these
more logical. Men are more logical.
No, I'm just
women
saying,
are more
like,
emotional.
If we're trying to tell you something, like, what's the purpose of putting our feelings into it? Like, we want to problem solve the issue or the solution. So like, we put our feelings into it. We know that putting our feelings into it, you may take it a different way. You know what I'm saying? Because some men get louder, some men, they tone change. So it's just like, we got to be cautious of putting our feelings into it because, again, putting our feelings into it may not solve the issue. So with that being said, we may not convey the message appropriately just because we're more so trying to solve as we're talking to our significant other.
I do agree that men are more logical, women are more emotional. For not everyone, but most of the time. Because my sister says that I'm the most insensitive woman that she's ever met, which I think that I don't want to 100% agree with her, but I'm not really emotional. I don't.
Yeah, no, but it's not like it's levels, okay? Some just go all the way, and you know, some just down here. So, but all women, I could say, is emotional, bro.
I feel like
more like some is more than others, but y'all have that tendency.
Yeah, but that's how nature made us, right?
Yes.
We're supposed to be emotional. We're supposed to nurture and be
okay
caring.
Be okay with it.
I mean, I'm fine with my level of emotion.
Right.
And I think that's why Nate and I can kind of agree a little bit more because he's kind of harsh. I don't think he would do good with a very emotional woman. Because he's very blunt and harsh, and I just don't take anything to heart, really.
Right.
But for other women, that might hurt their feelings or make them cry or think that they don't, they're not getting any love or But I'm not really like a hand. You won't catch me holding hands or like.
Me neither.
I'm not.
Yeah, that's not for me. So.
Yeah.
Or like the huggy, lovey-dovey type. Like that's not anybody that knows us knows that we don't really do that.
Yeah, rubby.
So I think that that might be a big issue with communication with a lot of couples because of the emotion and some men are a little bit more emotional than other men.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was not to cut up, but I was watching something, right? You know that game they play, and then somebody asked you a question, and they said, which one, and then you point, like no noise, but you just point, like they read it off, and then if they say, who's more emotional in the
yeah.
like this.
No,
Yeah.
what game is that?
Yeah.
No, so there's like a game, and like you say, who's funnier, and then they'll point to the person that's funnier.
Like yeah.
Or they'll be like, oh, who's the smarter one? Or who?
Yeah. So I was watching that, right, and I saw, and I knew this, but you know, he told the truth. I was watching Floyd and his girlfriend,
Right.
and you know, and they asked that question like, who's more emotional, and Floyd put it himself, and they pointed at him. Yeah, you know, everybody knew that.
At least he was honest.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But I think it's scarier when men are like more emotional than the women, because they are like angry when they're emotional. That's the emotion that they portray.
Angry.
They just
some men have been through it.
Yeah.
What you been through? What?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
The ringing.
You look at as emotion. He may look at as passionate.
Yeah. Nate likes to say he's passionate.
I'm passionate.
That means he's emotional, because he don't like when I say he's emotional.
No, I'm not, bro. I ain't no emotion.
That's
bro,
funny that you said that.
Yeah, bro. I'm not, bro. Like they also use that stupid word.
It may be something with these boxers that
maybe something. Cap.
But okay, so let's kind of recap for a little bit. The wave of wisdom today was, do not misinterpret or misuse the verse, to whom much is given, much will be required, to place an unfair or unrealistic expectation on others. So I think what it boils down to is communication, right? We don't want to misuse or misinterpret that. So the best thing people can do is to have an open conversation with their significant other. And my advice would be to practice active listening. Making sure that whatever the person is saying, you're understanding what they're saying. And that maybe just, asking questions to confirm what you're, because like you said, you guys say things and we interpret it differently.
Wrong.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily wrong. Not necessarily wrong. But what I'm hearing might not always be what you're saying.
Right.
And that's when conflict occurs. Right? Nate, I need you to practice active listening. I do it a lot with you. You don't do it with me.
I do it.
My advice would be the lack of communication leads to burnout.
Yes.
Ooh.
So,
I think
men learn how to communicate.
Yes. See, I could say, I'm a bad communicator. I'm learning how to, I'm getting better at it. It's a little bit hard sometimes, but everything gets boiled up in me. I just want to fight, a little bit. I'm getting to the ring. That's why, I fight. I go into the boxing and I take my anger out. I'm on point. You know what I'm saying? But that's not good anyway, too. I got to learn how to talk about it. So, I'm getting better. Sometimes if you can't control it like that, you go see a therapist or, go in a committee or something. Talk to somebody.
All right, so here, I'm going to ask you a question. I need you to hit them with some wisdom. You just say you're a bad communicator. How do you turn that excuse into a strength?
Into a strength?
Yeah.
A strength.
Oh, it's a
See?
strength.
You didn't practice that? You didn't practice it?
No, but you ain't speak up.
I didn't enunciate.
Yeah.
How do you turn that excuse into a strength?
When I feel like overwhelmed, when I feel like, I can't get over on something, I just go to the person and just, just have a talk. Just have a talk and explain what I'm thinking, or not just going off of my head, just, have a talk with the person or have a talk with the individual, like who
I'm going to hold you to what you're saying now.
Just go to her and be like, you know what, Stacey, bro, I don't like how you know what I'm saying, was talking to me in that room right there. Okay. You know what I'm saying, for real. Stop that right now. I'm just saying. Yeah, but like that. Talk. You know what I'm saying? Community. Talk about it.
Right. So just everybody in general. Yeah. You guys mean what you say and say what you mean, so that people can understand you better, and you can articulate what you're saying a little bit better, make life easier, I think, for everyone.
Yeah.
Right? It's time for our goofy question of the day. Have you ever had a celebrity crush? If so, who was it and why?
Me first, bro. It's crazy, bro. I just say that because I had one, bro, for real, and it was crazy. It almost happened, but it didn't. You know, when I was like a teenager, bro, I was like, I think I told her too. I told Stacey that.
I have two that I think that you.
No, I was like Beyonce, bro. I was like, I'm gonna meet Beyonce, bro. Then we're gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna I said I'm gonna get famous and I'm gonna be Beyonce, and then we gonna 𝕊𝕦𝕣𝕣𝕠.
You was gonna snatch it from Jay-Z,
Yeah.
huh?
No, she wasn't with Jay-Z. Yeah, Jay-Z's. No, she wasn't with Jay-Z, but that was my celebrity crush.
Is this a funny question?
It's a goofy question.
Okay.
Why you
trying to set me up?
No,
you trying to set me up.
Bro, disclaimer.
Bro, it's a
disclaimer to the wife.
Bro, it's a back in the days, bro. You tweaking me up. It's a back in the days, bro.
Who was yours?
I'm gonna say when I was little.
Where you was back in the days, bro? Stop tweaking. Tell me where you was little. Like what? Like what, bro?
You asking too many questions. See, y'all asking too many questions. I'm gonna say Queen Latifah.
Really?
What? Yeah.
Oh, you are. Oh, you talking about outrageous? Queen Latifah?
Queen Latifah.
Why?
Because she was a handsome woman.
Oh no.
I ain't gonna say handsome, pretty woman.
Handsome, bro. She looked like one of them handsome.
You have to edit that out. Talking about handsome woman.
Oh yeah, but it was Queen Latifah. I feel like she's pretty.
Yeah.
But to be a bigger girl, I feel like she's pretty.
You like big girls?
No.
Big? No. I think skinny guy like big girls. I'm busy.
You know, I've never heard anody say Queen Latifah.
Hold on. You know the phrase for that?
Cause
more for the pushing, more for the cushion.
You ain't got it right.
No,
well, it's more cushion for the pushing.
Yeah, because you just
here we go again
up,
with saying what you mean to me and what you say.
Bro, I was gonna say that, and then she just end up, and then I forget my thought. What? Yeah, that's it.
All right, so we got Beyonce, which is probably a very common one. And we got Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
That's very uncommon. You guys, drop it in the comments. Who was your celebrity crush when you were younger and why? All right, guys, that about wraps things up for tonight. Thanks for riding the waves with us today. We hope you enjoyed the show. Before you go, make sure you hit that like, comment, share, or subscribe button. And keep chasing the tides of knowledge. On the next